to transfer. uh, Vale, Cristina, ya te he fet anfitriona. Okay. So what I was saying, welcome you guys to this final session of the fifth module about methods and procedures of scientific research. And today we are going to have Professor Cristina Pulido, that you know already of the Forum Week. So thank you, Cristina, and welcome.
Well, for me, it's a pleasure to be with you today. Okay. And then I think that Lorena wants to connect, but because I saw her connecting,
Yes,
but
but
maybe
yeah,
has problems with connection. But we
yeah.
will begin today our session. And Albert, if you want to leave, it's no problem. I'm now the amphitryon, the
Okay,
host. Okay.
okay. Perfect. So I'm going to leave the session. If you need anything, you can always reach us by mail or by WhatsApp. You already know this. But have a nice class, and we see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Okay, then first of all, I thanks your contributions on the forum. I am already again now replay you today and tomorrow, but I think that the session that we have today, we have to provide this because we have 1 hour more or less. At 7 we have to finish, and I prepare a quick presentation of the different research methods, okay, that we can use because you already, design these research methods, but maybe, to have this whole picture about quantitative, qualitative, and also mixed methods, because this is another approach. Maybe to do this help you to also to think about your own research. And then if you want, I want to do this quick presentation about these research methods, and after that we can discuss with your doubts, or for instance thinking, I think, is your own research proposal, okay, what it could be more suitable or not, or maybe to do this or that, no, because I think the first discussion that I proposed, in the forum, that was the ethics in social science. I think that it's already you have understand, and also I think that the provide you the link of this guide is like is a guide to to check and to review and to have it always, because it's so useful. And in our reality, that we are in this master in Europe, is our guidelines, for master doctoral research, and for my own research as professor and all these things, and are common with other guides also in USA or other countries. But I think that this guide is very useful to have. I always have in my in my office when I have to check, well, how we can do. There's something that you know, but I think this is very useful if you do also social media research or internet research, because the other things, informed consent and all these things, we know that if we do some research with children, we have to have the consent of the families. All these things are common, no, but internet research, I think, is more, people maybe don't know how to use it or to manage this, and it's important, no, to have the guidelines in this sense. Then for me this content is finished because I feel that you understand all these things, and maybe we have to focus more on research methods. No, that I think that is maybe the thing that we have to do. And then I will share now the screen, 10-15 minutes of presentation that you can take notes or something like this. And after that, we have this discussion, okay, about concrete proposals in your thinking about your proposals, and also if you want to share some question about for our further works is also welcome. But I think that we can use this session for having this assessment, no, among all of us. Okay. Then I will share now. Let me try. Yeah, this no. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. You see? You see the slides or not?
In the moment, it's just a black screen.
Okay.
There it
Now,
is.
now
I
see.
found it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then I began. Okay. Then about different introductions that we have to have in this introduction is that to have in our mind that we have three approaches. Qualitative, no, that it's more explorative, descriptive, or more deep to understand concepts in a deeper way. Okay. Quantitative, that statistical and all these things, and mixed methods, combination of both. Okay. Then another type of methodology, for instance, is communicative methodology, but is another approach that focus more on how the dialogue between research and participants has to be. I will explain more in detail after that, but the three approaches that we have are these, no, currently in science. Okay. The selection, if you say, what is the best? My answer always will be depends of your research aim. Okay, because depends what you want to do with your research. Then I will say, is better a qualitative option or maybe quantitative, or is better for doing this holistic approach or holistic overview is mixed methods. No? Then maybe in your research now you will do a quantitative, but maybe in the future you will do only qualitative, and another one both. But you have to know what is better for your research purpose. Okay. For instance, the qualitative research overview, okay, focuses on understanding human experience. When we want to know how, for instance, the prevention of bullying in a school is affecting to the students, no? It's better to do a qualitative research. If you want to deep in this, no? If you want to have a trend, is better the other one. But for instance, if you want to know how this educational action or how this technology, no, that we have to introduce in our educational context is or not impacting in behaviors, meanings, it's better to do this qualitative. For instance, why? Because the qualitative provides a deeper understanding how the things are going, okay? And methods that include could be in-depth interviews, no, focus group, case studies, ethnography. Also, observations. No, there are observations that could be done in class or in context, or also in virtual environments. Okay, but the things is also if I have to do in-depth or focus groups or case studies, it depends on also of your research aim. Okay, because for instance, if I want to know how this experience or this learning or this fact is impacting in the behavior or in the thinking of the teachers, it's important to have these in-depth interviews, individual, because this person is with you and will be more honest if this person is with other people. Okay, focus group is if you want to know different opinions about one issue, okay, and how they debate about that, what that are the type of reflections in one side, in other side, how is the dialogue about this topic, then focus group. But if you want to know more individual trajectories or experience or thinkings, it's better in-depth interviews. No? Case studies are more complex and requires more time, okay? But it's for analyzing in depth how, for instance, no, a case study that you have done about successful educational action, no? How is impacting in this school, or how this project of media literacy is impacting on this neighborhood, no? Or when you want to know all about that, then case study, we have to analyze documents, we have to do interviews, but also observations, surveys. It's like, a type of study and research that requires more time for the researcher. Ethnography could be when the researcher is involved in a community to observe and interact with participants in their natural environment. We are not creating a space for doing the research. We are going to the space, okay? We are going that, we are taking notes. We need to have or keep in mind what type of observation or ethnography we are doing, because there are more participant, no, or more dialogic, and another are more not to embed the reality of this community, but to take notes also is important in this changing. No, this is like you go to like observer of the reality, no, and you have your personal diary about that, no. Later we will also talk about the importance or the relevance to check our results with the community. Because community, for instance, ethnic minorities or something like this, always have the same complaint that when the researchers come, they take notes, don't talk with us, don't ask with us if we are or not agree with their reflections, and go out. And this is is not a good practice in research. And for instance, in European Commission, now it's mandatory, that you have to check with the community or with the group of users that are participating in your research to be transparent with the objectives, as you check in the guide that I provide you. They say that in informed consent, you have to be transparent with the objective, with the rights, with all that. And also you have to be honest, no? And then the best thing to have a better knowledge is co-creation, that people can participate in also this analysis of the results with you. And then after we can talk about that, but it's important these points to have it, because if not, we are not doing a good research. Okay, now, yeah. Then strengths that we can have: provides deep insights into behaviors and motivations of the participants of our research, allows also flexibility in research, and helps to explore new concepts, because we have more knowledge and deep understanding, as I told you, about in-depth interview that in a survey. Okay. Weakness: time consuming, because it's not the same to share a survey, online survey, and the people are doing the responses, that you have to have a meeting with 10 people and to do 10 interviews, and then, well, we have now artificial intelligence tools and then can do the transcription quickly, okay? But it's more time, and this is one of the weaknesses. But also, in my point of view, is more richness for me, that you can dialogue with the people. Also difficult to generalize findings, that now I can also explain you how we can have thematic analysis for concept, also to classify their contributions in improvements and or in type of concept that we are studying. Okay, and also we have to be awareness that we can our interpretation always is subjective, and then we have to be take care, and we have to take care about the bias. Okay, and we have to dialogue with them, again say that, in order to avoid this type of message. Quantitative research that you are doing, and online surveys, experiments, or some type of statistical analysis or secondary data analysis, is a good option for testing hypotheses or identifying patterns or making predictions, in this sense. Again, what type of research method we can use? For instance, in surveys, is a structured method, because we can have 100 response, and then we have the different graphs in this sense and results, and also we can have this trend in behaviors and all these things. For instance, a student satisfaction survey for a new project. If you want to have the research, okay, what is the satisfaction about these students on this media literacy project, or what are they are learning? You can define your own variables and your own content, and you can have quickly all these response that can help you to do this. Experiments is like to control a student, is, for instance, one class that you want to implement this media literacy project, and the other class no. Then we have a group that are using this project and other not, and we want to compare the results on media literacy competencies in order to know if this media literacy project, if it's useful or not for improving in a good result in comparison with the other class. Yeah, this type of research is for the we want to test if this project could be useful for implementing to all the groups or to all the class. But before to do it, we want to do a test, and then to do this comparison. Another is this type of statistical analysis, that is another one, or secondary data analysis, that is, for instance, some data are open, and there's data sets open, but for instance, in Europe, we have different portals with you can access to this data. That is large data from population about different topics, but you can use this data in order to analyze some questions that you want to test, and this type of analysis, secondary data analysis, to analyze pre-existing data sets to answer new research questions. And it's very useful because you as a student, you don't have money for doing large surveys, yes, but you can use data sets that are already existing in order to answer your research questions, okay, or could be useful for that, okay. And this is very important also to keep in mind, that we can do this use that is very useful for answer some questions that we have in our research. What are the strengths and weaknesses of quantitative research? For instance, strengths provides this data, these results that you can generalize, allows statistical comparisons, you can do different cross data results, and is more objective, in a sense. Weakness may not capture deeper human emotions that qualitative do, okay, or motivations, and also there is not flexibility. If you are wrong in 2 or 3 questions, you can change because you have already 15 or 100 responses done. We can do again, okay? But when you have some question that you want to add in another interview, because with the dialogues with the other two, you can do it, and you can explain why. And also requires like sample size. Many times when you do a survey, you can say this representative is not representative, because for being representative we need sometimes 1,000 of response or something like this. Always it depends on representative depends for the population that you are studying. If you are studying a population of a school that are, for instance, 500 students, then yes, you can calculate in this sample what is the representative, okay? But you can say Spanish students, or you say students only with a school. Do you understand me? Because this is not representative, okay? We talk more about explorative sample, that is a selective sample, but is representative regarding to the population that we are studying, that is this school, okay? But we cannot say Spanish students, no, students from this school, we have to be in this sense restrictive, because many people commit this mistake when they write the report in the research. We have to be in this sense so restrictive and so adequate with our results. Then mixed methods. Mixed methods is combining qualitative and quantitative approach. For instance, to do a survey, for having these trends, and then I want to deep in the results. Then I do 10 interviews or 5 interviews, in order to go inside. There are many people that do this, okay, to do this combination. But it's important also, when we do this, we have to be clear when we have to do a survey, and what are the research questions that we want to answer, and if we want to do in-depth interviews or focus group, also corresponds to other research questions, okay, in order to be honest also with the results. And then is for instance, you have these mixed methods, that you have quantitative and qualitative, and they do this, this example that you are doing, for instance, this survey, that you want to know how many people is worried about one concern, or what are the people in their life, have stress or something like this. Okay, you have the survey, but then if you want to know why students are stressful, you have to do a focus group or what, because the survey is limited, the answer. Don't call it. Yes, you can say, okay, but you can do open questions. Yes, but then we are introducing qualitative questions in the survey. And we can do it. But one of the things that is qualitative is because we are in that moment we are doing this research technique, we are talking researcher and participant. And in online survey, we don't have the opportunity to talk. Do you understand? Because you have there and you have the response. But if, for instance, if one student or one participant of the research have some question, cannot accept you. In another way, when you have the question of the interview, the participant can ask you, I don't understand this question that you are doing. What do you mean? And then have the opportunity to explain, the researcher. And all the same, for instance, one participant researcher is asking you about something, or are explaining some reflection about their daily life that you are so interested, and you have no preview one question about that, but it's very important for your research. Then you can ask more about that. Do you understand? You don't have this opportunity with the survey, but you have the opportunity with the in-depth interview or with focus group. Do you understand? And for this reason, it's important to have some time this two. When to use mixed methods? When one method alone is insufficient, okay, to gain comprehensive insights into research problem, or to validate findings using both, okay, or also this, as I explained, a survey that people feel stressed, but with interviews we can know why they feel stressed, okay, or why they are doing that. Combining the three approaches, you have that, no? Data type, textual, descriptive. Now, in qualitative also, we have social media post or also video, image, okay? Purpose, understanding concepts, interviews, observations, case studies, all these things. The analysis could be narrative, thematic, and also is the qualitative contributes to the general understanding about the topic that you have chose. Quantitative, we have numerical, is is very great to say the 50% of this is that all we like that, okay? But if you can say the 50% like that, but then you compare with some qualitative result, is perfect, You can see now that I'm more from mixed methods, because you can have this whole picture about your research topic, and you can see that mixed methods can give us these holistic insights. But again, I want to say that qualitative is best for exploring meanings and experience, quantitative is best for measuring and predicting trends or something like that, and mixed methods provides a balanced approach, interesting both. And choosing the right method, again, I want to tell you that it's not, I leave now the screen, it's not something that is bad this, is bad that, no? Years ago, 20 years ago, many professors, no, quantitative, no, qualitative, no. I tell you, it depends on your research aim, and it depends in your option that I want to have a whole picture or a balanced approach, or I want only to have this trend and then only with a survey and something like more is okay. Oh, no. I want to talk with people and to understand more, how this project or how this is affecting their lives and their learnings in their point of views and all these things, no? It depends on you, on you and your options. All options give you a type of result of the research topic that you have chosen. But I think that, in my point of view, mixed methods have this balanced approach, that to use a survey or something like this. But sometimes, if you want to have this deep understanding about the topic, with qualitative is enough, okay? And if you want only to know trends or something like, okay, I want to know these things and I need only the number result, the percent result and all these things, also is okay, this survey. Is it true also, and with this I want to finish my presentation, is that one thing is that it's very important that we respect always our research participants, and to be honest, to be transparent, to say, okay, this is the objective, and to have this time that they can ask us, if they have some question, okay? And also from communicative approach, is very important. And when we have the analysis, if we can have some type of feedback, with the teachers or with the students, that, okay, I have these results. What are your point of view? This is the check-in, the final check-in, because when we present the results with our research participants and or some representative of these research participants, we can also have the feedback if our analysis is complete, respecting their point of view or not, no? Because, not for bad intentions and all these things, but it's not the same one person that more persons involved in this analysis. Do you understand me? Yeah. And as the end, also I think that science is a good, no, a good way to know better the reality that we want to analyze, and it's very important, also to protect the research participants in privacy and all these things that you have learned with the guide, but also to feel them that they are also co-creating with us this new scientific knowledge. Do you understand me? That is not, okay, I do this because I have to do this. No, we are creating together scientific knowledge, no? And to also to put, the relevance, no, that we are participating in this creation, no, with you, with the researcher, and also the people. For instance, when you have worked with vulnerable groups, for instance, that always is like, prejudice. No? When you have the opportunity also to have this dialogue with them, no, you are creating scientific knowledge. It's like, okay, now I have another point of view of my life, no, because you are saying that my contributions are important in this time, and it's also crucial, no, to take care of this process. Then, as finished, no, and then we can open the discussion. It's important to choose the methods that we want to do, to design them, to apply them, and to do the analysis. But all this will be successful if we have also, or we take care of the process with our research participants. Do you understand this? Okay, then we can open the discussion. Now is your time. Maya.
Hi. No, this is extremely helpful. Kind of breaking down a lot of the processes, because as I said, I thought I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but now I have a couple of questions about that. You were talking about something not being representative, being careful, not saying this represents everything that this group could embody. So my question is like, I do want to do kind of like an online survey, specifically with teachers of a particular age group. So my question is that, in order to be representative of that, you said it needs a lot of responses. What do you do? Because I have heard horror stories about trying to get people to respond to these kinds of things. So I kind of want to hear what you think of, like, what if I only get 20 people to respond to this survey?
For your thesis of master.
Yeah.
20 people, successful.
Okay, success.
Yeah.
I have no context for it. So if what would be acceptable to pull data and say,
do you
this
have to
is
understand
info?
that always we want to have the most, but you have to be in context. It's a master thesis. It's not, a research funded by a national government. Okay, then we have to take care about that. You are doing exploratory research. You know that you are exploring with your research proposal project. I don't know, because there are two models, no? And if you have 20 teachers that answer your online survey, good, so good. If it's one, then no, but 20.
Right. Yeah, that makes me feel better, because I think I have groups that I can reach out to that I think I will get a response, but I was concerned about how much is acceptable or how little is acceptable.
for your master thesis is acceptable,
Okay.
is good, because there
Okay.
are 20 teachers that are answering your survey. As I told you, it's like it depends on, not, we don't have to, represent, we are not doing representative surveys, okay? We are doing explorative
Yeah.
survey, and 20 teachers are okay. Then if you can, no, as we talk, no, to have some interviews, no, in order to explore more something, or to have maybe a focus group, also to deep, no. When you have many times researchers say, when they have the results of the survey, then okay, I want to deep in this thing, okay, I want to deep in these two questions, so this is three, and then I need now a focus group in order to deep more on that. Or I need 3 or 4 or 5 interviews in order to explore more. This is the usual, timeline that people do, no? First the survey, then when I have the survey, I identify those topics that I want to go in deep with teachers or other, profiles. And then 20 is a good option.
Yeah, I hope. So,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Maya, one of the things I conducted a survey a month ago, and one of the things I did was something creative and something practical. I gave a deadline for like all the people I spoke to. I was like, can you do it before this date? So that added an incentive for people like, okay, let me do it. And I actually had people
Yeah.
saying, when's the last day again? Like, remind me when the last day is. So I kind of left it gave a container for everyone, which helped.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think I did, I used social media as well for my survey just to get
Yeah.
whoever's in my bubble. And I created like a little reel, like a little radio announcement,
Okay.
kind of in line with my thesis and what my research was about. So using dance hall music in my background, this whole idea of the 90s recording on your, how you used to record your own message. Hi, my name is Jamal. I can't be here right now. So doing something a little quirky and fun to get people to engage. And then or like, oh, can you tag me in this so that I can share it on my page so that I can then get what it helped for me is because my personal network in my social media is a lot of homosexual men, but I needed straight men. I needed like other people so that I can have a balance. So like my sister wanted to be tagged so she can put it on her page. So there's a whole new network of people that were able to take part in my survey. Yeah, that's really helpful.
No, I love that. Yeah, because predominantly I want to be talking to high school teachers.
Right.
That's the age range I'm trying to tackle. And I do have my dad's a high school teacher. He's got friends that are high school teachers, so I'm hoping to tap into that. But I love the idea of that container piece, that deadline piece. I would be really curious actually in my social. I know that I've got friends that might exist in that space somewhere. So yeah, I might have to try that too. That sounds really
Also,
fun.
one of the people are using also with people that are more confident, something like this, like by WhatsApp. Because on WhatsApp, because many people are not spending some time in social media. There is in WhatsApp, the people you have more attention on WhatsApp that in email. Email is out. Email is out. If you want to send an email with the link, but then you have to say WhatsApp, okay, okay, and all these things. And it depends also because maybe I don't know if you have some networks of teachers, no? Like here in Spain, for instance, there are associations, no, or that can share also. But for this 20, the most effective way is personal networks, okay? And then this and also share with your friends. This is also share with your friends with the other friends, and
actually I'm kind of curious too, Jamal. You said you made this survey. What did you make this on? Did you
So
use like a platform or what?
yeah, so I ended up using Google Forms.
Yes,
Uh,
Google Form.
Okay,
Google has an
yeah, easy.
amazing form, and one of the things that I did with my survey, because it is I guess it's sensitive in some ways because what my topic
Yeah.
was, I made it completely anonymous. So, well, there's a
Mm-hmm.
caveat to that. So, like in your survey, you can organize it how you want, and you can put
That's
some
great.
questions to be like required or not required. So, an email,
Nice.
for example, was not required for me. So that
Mm-hmm.
already gave away, like I see in my results, I see everyone's survey. I only know who it is because at the end I asked if you want to give me more feedback or you want to talk more about it, please provide your email. So I only know the
Yeah.
people based on the email. I mean, if the person's name is there, it's there. But I only
Yeah.
know based on email who the person is and demographics, like, male,
Mm-hmm.
age, that kind
Yeah.
of
It's
Mm-hmm.
important
Mm-hmm.
also to, I don't know if Jamal, if you do, but with the consent, are you are you agree to participate in this survey? It's important
Yeah.
that they can check. But
Yeah.
as you say, I don't know if you as a students have the opportunity also to do Microsoft Forms, because also Microsoft have the possibility to do forms that are more secure and sometimes, but Google
Mm.
Forms is okay, as you say, and also is very useful because then you have the results, no? When they are, close question, not open, you have the results, your figures and all these things, no? Your graphs and all these
Mm-hmm.
things. And
Yeah.
Google Forms is a good option.
Yeah.
My other, because I did this form and yeah, it gives you everything. Like it gives you
Yeah.
pies, charts. It's like full data. It's already created for you. I did mine from January 1st to 31st. And then I've just been sitting with this information, like, okay, what do I do next? So then this module was really great because then it really helped me organize, okay, I'm going to take this information and now I actually want to do interviews, but I don't want to use anyone from my data, my survey. I want to use someone
Mm-hmm.
who is an expert in AI and someone who's an expert in LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to take that away. So it's like
Yeah.
another set of data point, and then I want to create a focus group where I bring in our data and the information from these experts, and then kind of create, I don't know if I'm creating new questions or creating a dialogue. And that's the question I really have for you is
Yeah.
because the module really gave me these two different places. I was like, do I lead the forum, the focus group, or do I have someone else do it? Because the subject matter is somewhat personal to me, and I do have a bias in it.
Ah,
So for
no, but
me,
Jamal, you are the expert on this issue. No, don't, no, is to be. We have to be transparent also, and all these things. You are researching this topic for this, for this, for this, and only you have to have the role. And with if you have done or you provide this focus group, one of the things that we do, no, in focus groups is to present the results of the survey, for instance, no. We ask about that, no? And the focus group is to have this dialogue and to have this. And also, if you are studying about LGTB and all these things, there are rules, a normative, no? That any question that could be unrespectful and all these things, it's not, no? You have to put the criteria of how this dialogue will be, okay, in order to perform in this and human rights and all these things. No, always we remember in the research groups, in the focus groups, that we have to maintain a dialogue that is safe, that is you know respectful for all the different points of view, and human rights in the center, because if not, with this sense, you avoid that some contributions if there is some contribution is not, no, doing this, then remember, no, remember, I can remember, no, it's like we work with this criteria and with these guidelines. And for the focus group, it's very useful. One thing is to present the results of the survey, the main results, because some surveys are so large and the people don't have so time. Then that results that you think that are better to have to the discussion. And then if you do interviews with experts on AI and experts of this collective, also to provide, and we do these 2 interviews, 3 interviews, and the contributions, the most important contributions were that, Then now we want to open the discussion considering this information. And this, you will enjoy so much this discussion, because it's when you feel the science has, a useful part for all, But it's important, to have this timeline, or this schedule for having that, And there
guess
are people that do in the contrary, first doing the focus group interviews and then do the questions for the survey,
right.
because it depends of the way that you want to do. It's not, that there are people that want inductive science, that is first I go to the people and then with the response of the people I build my survey, and other people that is a bottom up, bottom up approach. Other people prefer I have the concepts so clear, and then deductive. I go first the survey, and then I want to also to collect the voices, and to have something that I'm not previewing, because in my experience as a researcher, when you have the aha moment, the aha moment that, oh wow, is when you don't expect some result, and then someone gives you a contribution that, okay, this is crucial, and it's a magic moment. It's a magic moment of the science. And then I recommend you that you can do all these things that you have thinking now.
Yeah, for sure. Now that hearing you, hearing about re reporting what the survey said, it really takes away myself from it because I'm not a part of the survey. I mean, I
Yeah,
generate the questions, but this is just the answers based on what everyone said. So it really
yeah.
gives me distance from it, which is, I didn't think about it in that way at all. Um, there was another question I had, but I can't remember right now. I have it. The other part is when I am doing my research and I'm talking about my methodology, in terms of selecting a focus group, because I want to make sure it is of the population, it represents the population of the survey. So, like, for example, if I have 6 to 8 people, and, like, for example, if I have out of my survey, there was 16 females and 24 males, I want to make sure that there are more males than females in my survey.
You can decide, for instance, whatever you want. For
Okay.
instance, there are people that decide, I want to have a focus group only males and
Mm-hmm.
only women. One,
Mm-hmm.
why? Because there is or mix. Depends on, because there are some talks that women don't talk in the same
Mm-hmm.
way if there are males or there are women on it. In the same the males, the same the
Yeah.
males. The males that don't talk in the same way if there are women or not. No,
Yeah.
it's important to have this perception. Or if you want, no, I want to know how they dialogue if there are mixed. Again, the same. It depends on you. It depends on you that you want to collect, this dialogue more in mixed spaces, or you want to have more this voice of or these contributions in natural groups that are composed by only men.
Yeah, that's really tricky because I really want a dialogue and I want the whole points to really bring together different voices, but then at the
Yeah.
same time, I want people to feel not only safe, but yeah, for example, I want a straight man from Jamaica to feel safe that he can authentically say I don't feel that dancehall music is promoting homophobia,
Yeah,
as many people will. So I want him to say that, and I want him to feel that he's able to say that safely,
yeah.
you know?
Because we have this censorship, no,
Yeah.
censorship that
Mhm.
in depends of the group, I don't say the same. Then
Yeah.
you have to ensure that if in this sense also, um, you can have also, I think that as researchers, we can also work with other volunteers in our research in order to do also this managing this group if you prefer to do that. But also, if you want that people say this, to have different options. There are researchers that say men group, woman group, and mixed group, and
Okay.
three groups, and then to see if there is difference or not, and
Got it.
or no, yes, it depends how much you want to go deeper
Mhm.
in this sense.
Okay, thank you.
Could be interesting. Also, you have to be coherent with the time that you have,
Time. Yeah.
because then mix, because we have to do mix and all these things or
Yeah.
not. But I think to take care of these details are okay, to think about it, to
Mhm.
think about it, what is better, for the research aim that you want to do. Always with coherence with the research aim. No? Okay, just a
Uh,
question more and we finish. Yes.
Yeah. Um, and maybe this is very basic, but if I'm looking at a survey, an online survey, obviously there's different ways that you can structure a question to be multiple choice, long form answer, short form answer, but still within a survey. So I guess my question is, if I'm trying to get strictly data, not necessarily exploring, the feeling behind this thing, I just want to know, what do you think, like, for example, on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you think children's critical thinking skills at your age level is? 5 being the best, 1 being the worst, like an example, versus what challenges do you think critical thinking or challenging what challenges does critical thinking have in high school, and then they write me a paragraph. So I'm kind of curious, because that seems more like an interview than
Yeah.
what I would think of a survey question.
I think that the surveys, for my experience, and a teacher that is also, stressful and these things, you
Yeah.
have to keep in mind the people, that don't have
Mm-hmm.
so time. And when
Yeah.
there are researchers that do uh, so many questions and complex,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
have to write, and the open my recommendation is, if you want to have 2 or 3 questions open that they have to write, to be short, not so much,
Mm-hmm.
because if you want more, it's better to have an interview. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if
Yeah.
not, if you, for instance, my own experience, when I have this, oof, now I have to think and and then I have to do another thing. I have a class
Yeah.
tomorrow. Then many people don't fill the survey
Yeah.
details, no? Then
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
the surveys have to be quick, easy, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have to have some large scale or something like this, to think more why is important, no, for the research, and then not to
Mm-hmm.
do 10 research 10 questions with this, only
Yeah.
1 or 2 because they are very important, then
Mm-hmm.
Maya,
Mm-hmm.
in this sense,
Mm-hmm.
as tutor, I can tell you, if you
Yeah.
want, do a draft, how do you imagine, and then we have a
Mm-hmm.
meeting in order to review that and to be
Yeah.
the best option in that. Okay.
Perfect. I would appreciate that.
Okay, then it was a great pleasure to talk today with you. And we are in contact. I will answer you some questions in the forum in order to have also some links now that could be useful for you. But if you have any question about research methods when you are analyzing, or now how I have to analyze this data or something like this, you have my contact, and don't worry for doing an email and okay, you can do a meeting for that, please, and you can do it. Okay.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you
luck
so
with
much.
your research proposal that I want to know. No, Maya, no,
Yeah, I'll talk to you
Jamal, I want
soon.
also to know how is going. Okay.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
See
Thank you. We really
Have
appreciate
a
it.
good one.
you.